The supplies you'll need for this craft are a ruler, scissors, pencil, glue, a black marker or crayon, a toilet paper roll, and paper in a variety of colors that you will like. To get started, you're going to choose the color you would like for the main part of your bird. So this is going to go around your toilet paper tube. So take your toilet paper tube, line it up to the side of your piece of paper, and take a pencil and mark the other side. This will show you where you need to cut. So there's your mark. Then you're going to take a ruler and you can make a line right along that little tick mark, and that will help you to cut straight. So just take your ruler once again, put a line on that tick mark, and then you're ready to measure the next line. So take your toilet paper tube, put it back on your red piece of paper, and you're just going to roll. You're not going to glue, you're just going to pretend roll it, and then just as it rolls all the way around, move your finger a little bit up and make another tick. This gives you enough room to roll over and put glue. On that tick mark, you are also going to use your ruler and put a line. So now you have one line going up and down and one line going right and left, and you are ready to cut. So get ready and cut right on those lines. Now you're going to take the piece of paper you just cut and you are ready to put glue on it. You want to make sure that you put enough glue that it is going to stick to your toilet paper tube. So put glue all around your piece of paper, from top to bottom, right and left and in the middle, and then put your toilet paper tube down. I leave a little bit at the tip so that I can roll over the tip at the top and then just push down and secure it. And then gently pushing down and rolling so it's nice and tight, nice and slowly. You're going to roll your paper tube and the paper together, and then just use your thumbs to push down so that the glue sticks. If you find that it doesn't quite stick, even though you're pushing hard and you have a little bit that sticks up, what you will do is take a little bit of extra glue and just put it at the tip again, just so that you can ensure that it secures. And then once again, put your fingers down and push on that crease to make sure that it sticks nice and securely. You can even flip it over and then put your fingers on the inside, pushing down so that you don't squish your toilet paper tube. And then you can put your toilet paper tube aside and we're ready for the next step. For this step, you want to grab the color you're going to use for the feathers you're using for your bird. Now here is a long line on my paper, and when I fold it in half, you can see that it would loop over to about a certain size. And then if I fold my paper a different direction and I loop it over, it's going to be a smaller loop. You have to decide what size of loop you would like for your feathers. There's no right or wrong. You can always change it if you don't like it later. But I'm going to go long, so straight and top to bottom here. And I'm going to use my ruler just to help do a little bit of measuring. When you're measuring, the size of the measurement you're using is going to be the width of your feathers. Now I'm going to mark every 1 centimeter because I want my feathers to be fairly thin. But if you want thicker feathers, then you want a bigger measurement. I'm then going to use my ruler and draw a straight line all the way down where my tick mark is. And you can see there's more tick marks, and I could keep doing that. I feel like I can cut straight, but if you don't think you can, keep going and drawing your lines. Now, as you're cutting, you're going to cut along your lines, and you want to start with at least about 8 to 10 of these. You might end up needing more feathers, but I would say 8 to 10 is a great way to get started. So cut them all out, and then we're ready for the next step. You're going to take one of the strips, and you want to see the tip of the strip is where you're going to add your glue. So you put a tiny bit of glue on the tip of your strip, you fold over the other strip, and you hold down the tips. You don't want to squish the other end, you're just holding down that tip. I like to count to 5 just to make sure it sticks, and then I keep going. I put glue on the next one, just on the tip, I roll over the other side, and I hold it down, counting to about 5 seconds and pushing so the glue sticks. If you find it doesn't, either add more glue or hold it down longer. I'm going to continue to do this as I want to use all of my strips and make all of my feathers look exactly the same. Now I'm going to take my toilet paper roll and I am going to apply my feathers. The first thing you're going to do is once again find the tip that you glued down and you are going to add some glue. You want quite a bit of glue here because you definitely want this to stick, and you're going to put it right onto your toilet paper tube. Now you want to find that crease where you glued your toilet paper tube down with your paper, and that way it's on the back and you don't see it on the front. So then you push down and you're going to hold it again. I like to hold it for a good 5 seconds just to make sure it sticks. You can even put your fingers on the inside. I start with one that comes straight out, and then I'm going to build around it. So I grab my next one, I put some more glue on it. I want quite a bit of glue on there so that it sticks. I go turn it around again and back to my same spot, and I am going to glue right from where I started. So I'm going to push down and I want it to stick. So again, you need to hold it down for a good 5 seconds. If you find that it's coming up, either add more glue or continue to hold. And then you're going to continue to build around it. You can see I've added one in the middle and I've added one to the left, and now I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to go to the right and I'm going to glue it down. I want to make sure that my feathers are about equally spaced so that when I turn it over, they are nicely spaced and they look nice and organized, and then I just keep going until I'm happy with the amount of feathers that my bird has. Then I will stop and turn my toilet paper tube around, double check that I like the way it looks, and decide whether I want to cut out more strips and add more feathers so it just looks a little bit fluffier, or it adds a little bit more of an oomph to my craft. This is where you get to decide, do you want more feathers? Do you want less feathers? Be creative, it's yours. You can also use different colors. You don't have to make all of your feathers look exactly the same. Once you're happy with the way your feathers look, you are ready to put that aside and work on the feet. I'm using yellow for my feet, and I'm going to take my piece of paper and fold it in half. By folding it in half, I will end up with 2 feet instead of 1. It just makes it easier, and then they will look exactly the same. The first thing I'm going to do is use my pencil and draw a straight line, and then leave a little bit of a space, about a finger space, and another straight line. And then from that straight line, I'm drawing 3 kind of ovals that aren't finished. 1 to the outside, 1 to the middle, and 1 to the other side. Then I want to find the folded line. So we folded it, and see where the crease is, where it's the fold. On that crease, I'm going to draw a triangle. So I'm going to draw one side of the triangle, the other side of the triangle, and then the crease is the 3rd side of the triangle. Now I'm ready to cut everything out. This triangle is going to be our beak, and then when we cut out our feet, we will have 2 because we folded our paper in half. Now I'm ready for the eyes. I'm using a white piece of paper. I'm folding it in half. Remember, folding it in half is going to give me 2 eyes instead of 1, and that will make sure that they're both the same size. So I'm going to draw a circle, and if you need a tracer, go ahead, choose the size of eye that you would like for your bird, and then you're going to cut out your eyeball. When you're done cutting that out, you are ready to draw your pupil on the inside. I like to make sure that I use a piece of paper to draw this on so the marker doesn't go through on my work. So I just use the extra yellow that I had. I'm going to use my black marker, or if you have a crayon, go ahead. And I'm just going to draw a circle for my little pupil. And you want to do the same thing on the other eyeball so that they are identical. Now you're ready to glue your eyeballs down. So grab your toilet paper tube and put some glue on the back of your eyeball and glue it down, and then do the exact same thing for your other eyeball. Here's where you are grabbing your beak. Remember how we cut out that triangle? Well, now it's a beak. So you're going to put glue down. I put glue on the side where you could see my pencil so you won't be able to see it. And I'm going to push it down. Remember, you're only gluing part of it because you want your little beak to be able to move. So you're putting glue on the one side And now your feet. Now for your feet, remember the rectangle that we had kind of at the tip, that long skinny part? Well, you're going to fold a part of that down, and that's where you're going to put the glue. So you're going to fold a little bit down and see how you're just going to put it right inside your toilet paper tube? Just makes it a lot easier to glue. So take that little folded piece, put glue just on the tip of the folded piece. You want to put enough that it's going to stick, and then put that inside your toilet paper tube and just push, holding it down maybe for 5 seconds so it sticks, and then you can fold it right up where the fold is and your little foot fits perfectly. You're going to do that to the other side, and ta-da! You have the perfect little craft. There you go. Now you're ready to create your bird in a variety of colors. Go be creative and have fun.